what we've got here today is a blender. An Emerson Heat Fan. Brown. Yeah, 3-blade K55. This one's from 1984. Kind of screws up the timeline a little bit because I didn't know these actually lasted this long. I had thought previously that by 1984 these had been completely replaced by the Stratojet. However, I'm starting to believe that perhaps there was a year or so of overlap between the two fans, or models rather. So, little odd. Little. And today, we're using FanSync. Blender, as I call it. So, because I'm too lazy to hook up a regular control and solid state's buzzy, I figured, I have these FanSync receivers. Let's make use of them. So, basically, if you are not already aware, FanSync, it's an app on your phone. It's Bluetooth connected. Control your fan, control your light. There's no light, but, duration in which you want it to run. So, yeah, the FanSync receiver is rated for it's rated for 1 amp. The K55 here draws 1.09, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay to use with this. It's not like you're really overloading it that much, but anyway, let's see what it does. Going to low speed. I got this one, along with another one, out of Willy Wonka's Magic Horse Barn. And like a lot of barns, it's not particularly clean. The barn has 4 fans. 2 white heat fans, like this one, and it had 2 brown heat fans, as seen here. The 2 brown ones did not work. Now, why did they not work? Funny story. Basically, what occurred here was that this fan is ball socket underneath the blender canopy. Okay, it started wall socket under the blender canopy in 1983. And by 1986, the canopy was your standard ball socket affair. So, the bracket has a tooth for the ball to groove into so that the fan doesn't twist around, so it's stationary. Or rather, the motor. So, basically what happened is that the tooth actually broke off due to zinc being corroded over time, because the barn was not exactly a dry place, especially with all the horse shit and piss strewn about. So, barn. Dirty, pissy barn. Ventilation, Anyway, so basically, once the tooth broke, or rather, once the teeth broke out of the brackets, the motor was free to spin around in the bracket. So it torqued itself so tight, it spun the wires around until the wires actually severed, leading to the fan to stop working. So, there you go. So basically what I did was simple. Replace the lead wires. Now it works okay. The bearings are kind of crappy, and those will have to be replaced, but soon. I mean, this one, the bearings are just a little hissy, a little whirly, They're worn out and a bit dry. The other one I have is a bit more rough. Either way, both of them have to have their bearings replaced. But yeah, this fan is from September of 1984 per the motor tag on top of the center of the motor under the canopy. So, yeah, that's what's going on there. And with the FanSync control, you get a nice aesthetic low, which is awesome, especially with a blender. Pull out my phone again. Let's go to medium. Motor is slightly thicker than your standard Casablanca and such K55. The RPM rating on the motor is 230, which really sounds about right. Now on here the medium is really perfect. It's a perfect medium. So I replaced the bad blenders with two scrap bin Ascensions, which, by the way, the Ascension is now discontinued. Boo hiss. And now, high speed. Now you really start to hear the hiss. And unsurprisingly, it wobbles, because the plastic blades are pretty difficult to balance. But then again, it could also be all the dirt caked onto the top of the blades because I brushed a bit of it off. So that could be leading to the balance issue. So basically I need to take the blades to a garden hose and just, you know, or a not power washer, just a sprayer, and just wash the grime and crap off the blades. But yeah, high speed RPM is probably, 230. Blender. And now let's let it coast. Yeah, so I would think sometime in the mid-80s, probably 85, the, regular old heat fan was discontinued in favor of the Stratojet Heat Fan, which is basically the same thing, only the flywheel is modified so that it has threads instead of holes for the screws to fit through. Why is that? Because the blades are curved fiberglass, and they just screw right onto the flywheel. And this Stratojet lasted until 2004. Stratojets are not common fans. I wish they were, because they are cool. But hey, heat fans are just as cool. Now, if only I could find a 36-inch K55 heat fan, then I'd really be happy. But it is what it is. And there you go. A brown K55 Emerson heat fan from 1984.